Bonjour mes amis, my name is Freya, and welcome to Cookie Clicker, a game that is very near and dear to my heart. As you can see, I have 3.2 duodecillion cookies, and I'm about to have even more once I sell all of my stocks and invoke the Elder Pledge, and then I'm going to give it all up. So, do I have anything else? Yes. Okay, Elder Pledge to get rid of the wrinklers. I now have 3.9 duodecillion cookies. And if you're not familiar with Cookie Clicker, I don't know where you've been for the last how many years. This was my childhood, this was my life. But yeah, I'm going to wipe my save, delete all my progress, including my achievements, and I'm going to be starting all the way from scratch because that is the spirit of the game. Yes, I'm sure. Okay. So, I have no cookies. I feel like making them, but nobody wants to eat them. I don't think I'm gonna go for NEVERCLICK, because NEVERCLICK is annoying to get. But while I play, I'm gonna be talking about Cookie Clicker and why it's so important to me. I might do regular NEVERCLICK, just not true NEVERCLICK. I think you have to get 1 million, don't you? Okay, your first batch goes to the trash, the neighborhood raccoon barely touches it. So, I got into Cookie Clicker when everybody at my school was into Cookie Clicker. It was the thing to play. It wasn't blocked on my school computer yet, and so everybody was playing it. Absolutely everyone. And I had so many cookies. I had several vantillion cookies. I loved it so much, and the one thing I loved about it was starting over. See, Cookie Clicker was one of the, I don't know if it was the first idle game to do this, but I think at least one of the first, to involve a process called Ascension, where you basically forfeit all of your cookies for a cookies per second bonus moving forward. And that meant you could catch up to where you were previously much, much faster. And I became obsessed with the idea of starting over. Starting over with the knowledge that you get from the experience and none of the progress. I used to daydream about what would my life be like if I just went back to age 6, understanding pre-calculus. And that was a very weird thing for a child to daydream about, and I probably should have, I don't know, spoken to a child psychologist about it, but whatever. Then I forgot about Cookie Clicker for a number of years, until I spontaneously picked it up again in high school. In high school, I was just really getting into the swing of learning to speak French. As you know, I begin all my videos these days with Bonjour mes amis. I don't consider myself fluent, but I consider myself very passionate about the French language and culture, and that really started in high school. I was interested in speaking French before then, but not really in a I want to speak French way, more so in a I don't really want to learn Spanish way. So French it was, and I didn't fall in love with French until high school. And that was also when I started playing Cookie Clicker more in earnest. I read up on the guides. By then there had been several updates that I'd completely missed, and so I learned how to manage the cookie gardens and stuff like that. Editing Freya here, my sequence of events is a little off. Gardens weren't added until 2018, by which point I had already graduated high school. Oops. It was great fun, and I listened to a song called Ma France à moi while I was playing Cookie Clicker. It wasn't until several years after that that I learned the developer of Cookie Clicker is actually French. He's a man named Julien Thianeau, more commonly known as Orte42. Actually, if you give yourself his name, you get an achievement called God Complex, and you get a CPS penalty until you change your name back. But yeah, Cookie Clicker is very dear to me. It actually became my depression game for a really long while, because, okay, when I'm struggling with my mental health, it is usually because I've got something going on at school that is stressing me out. When I become stressed about exams or assignments or that sort of thing, I put it off till the very last minute and then do everything in a mad dash right at the end. That's not healthy for me, and in fact, it caused me such stress living like that in high school that I developed a heart arrhythmia, and they put me on all manner of medication to try and take care of it, and the medication made me feel awful, and it just wasn't a good time. But throughout it all, Cookie Clicker was there for me. It was great because so much of the game is just waiting for things. Right now you can see I'm waiting to get 20 cookies so I can buy the next cursor, and then I'm gonna have to wait a little bit more so I can get the next cursor. Especially since I'm doing NEVERCLICK, which means I can only click the cookie 15 times, I believe, to get the first cursor, and that's it. And so while I was waiting for enough cookies to buy whatever milestone thing I wanted, I would work on my assignments. And it wouldn't feel like working my assignments, I was just playing Cookie Clicker and doing something to pass the time while I wait for my cookies. So fast forward to me being in college. I've since overcome the stress of it all, and freshman year of college was quite easy for me. I get to say sophomore, junior year of my undergrad, and the pressure really kicks in, and school starts being more and more difficult. I have some pretty brutal exams to study for, and so, what do I turn to but Cookie Clicker? I remember getting the idea to get back into the game in the middle of biology class, which was probably the worst time to be thinking about Cookie Clicker, and I didn't absorb any of the material during that class at all. Sorry, Dr. Shikanth. But I immediately left that class and went over to this little food shop that they had in the same building, and I bought myself a packet of Oreos, and then I ate all of them in one sitting while I played Cookie Clicker. And then I thought, I should bake. And then I got really into baking cookies, and the rest is history. Cookie Clicker is the reason why I enjoy baking. And I enjoy baking to such an extent that anytime I feel down, my partner says, "Hey, why don't you bake something? You haven't baked in a while. I think that's the problem." And then I bake, and whatever malaise of sadness was weighing on me is suddenly lifted like a veil. Cookie Clicker became the cure for my mental health issues. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Cookie Clicker is a fantastic game. Also, Orte is a really funny guy. I followed him on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter anymore personally, but I also follow him on Tumblr, and he's the funniest person on the entire internet. I'm sorry. I strive to have a sense of humor like his. But also the music in the Steam version of Cookie Clicker was done by the guy who made the Minecraft soundtrack, and so, that's a pretty big deal. Or maybe I'm just a dork about Minecraft. That's also possible. I know there's an achievement for clicking on the news a whole bunch. Tabloid addiction. Okay. And then there's another achievement that you have to click on, and I think it's between What's in a Name and Tabloid Addiction? Yes! Here you go. All you had to do was ask. I'm trying to get the achievements because as you get more achievements, your milk fills up on the left here, and if you can decrease the window size to dunk the cookie into the milk, you get yet another achievement. Okay. Nice grandma to make more cookies. If you know, you know. And I have to get to 1 million cookies without clicking on the big cookie. That'll be fun. Let's see, there's another one. Ah, this cookie here. That gives you another achievement. Can I do the thing yet? Yes! Cookie Dunker, okay. Also meant you got to see my Steam library very briefly. Anyway, I gotta say, I graduated a couple days ago and it feels good. I can do Let's Plays now. I actually have the time to do that. I know it's been a while since I've done anything but CCSF stuff and like the occasional Sims video, so this feels fan-frickin-tastic. I've been working on my art more. Oh, yeah, I know I have a subscriber who is commissioning me at the moment. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about your crazy elf. I'm getting to it. Just, got stuff up in the air still. I haven't forgotten you. I want to click it so bad. I'm not known for my patience, which is really weird given how much I like this game. I don't know if I'll make this a series. I probably won't because I don't have that much to say about Cookie Clicker, other than it gives me so much joy. But no, Cookie Clicker is the reason I got into baking. It's also part of the reason why I took an interest in programming. Now, my interest in programming is not that great because I'm not very good at it, at least not as good as I am at baking. But I must say my development for the Creatures games became much more advanced after I got into Cookie Clicker. And I think it's because Orte just has that unique brand of programmer humor, and I would see his jokes and I'd look at them and I'd go, I know that's funny, but I don't get why. And so I wanted to get why. To be perfectly honest with you, I think Cookie Clicker is also partly why I became so interested in French language and culture. I honestly probably would have dropped it after high school if I hadn't learned that the developer was French. So I think my love of French and my love of Cookie Clicker just sort of entwined as my life's journey progressed. Are there any other easy to get achievements? I don't remember. One more grandma and I'll have 10 cookies per second, and then things will actually be moving at a decent pace. I call it a decent pace when I just went from having decillions of cookies. We're nice grandmas, she said. Oh yeah, and Patreon subscribers, I believe, of a certain level can name the grandmas. I am subscribed to the Dashnet Patreon, but I'm not at the tier where I can name a grandma because I don't have an income. Anyway, the game is super cheap on Steam. I do recommend getting it if you like idle games, because this is like the archetypal idle game. I mean, I'm sure there were other idle games that came before it. I don't think it was the first. But you think of idle games, you think of Cookie Clicker. And honestly, it's just been so beneficial to me. I want to click the big cookies so bad. Man, I've got chocolate chip cookies in the kitchen right now. They were a graduation present from a family friend, and man, I want them. But I don't want to spoil my dinner, because I'm having a Star Trek marathon after dinner, and so I want to save room for popcorn. This has got to be the easiest Let's Play I've ever done, because much of the game is just waiting and talking. And you guys know me, I love to talk. Just prattle on about random stuff during my Let's Plays. I really hope you guys are watching for me and not for the games I play, because this is probably really boring if you're watching for some epic gamer moments. 9 million cookies for the kitten helpers. Meow, may I help you? Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the forwards from Grandma. No, because I'm making 19 cookies per second. If I get the Grandma first, then I get 20, and that's a nice even number. But it won't be even once I get the forwards from Grandma. So I shouldn't. I should just wait. It's better to wait. Okay. Now each grandma bakes 2 cookies per second. But no, what I cannot stress enough is my overwhelming desire to write Cookie Clicker fanfiction. Just because I think it would be fun, and I think it like has a lot of potential to be super edgy. And like, if you've never seen Cookie Clicker before my video, which I acknowledge is entirely possible, because I have met people in real life who didn't know what Cookie Clicker was, and I remember that shocked me to my very core. But if you're not familiar with Cookie Clicker, just remember what the scene looked like before I reset the game. Like, that was pretty freaky, right? That's like the level of edge that the game comes to. My favorite thing used to be going onto the Cookie Clickers subreddit and looking at people complaining about the Grandmapocalypse because they didn't understand it, so they bought the upgrade and they thought it was a bad thing. And so many people were like, oh, this ruins the game, the developer shouldn't have put it in, and I'm just over here like... I love everything about Cookie Clicker. I have no complaints about it. It makes me so happy. I am 20 minutes into my recording and I only have 300 or so cookies and I'm trying to get to 1 million. Without clicking on the cookie. But I've got 42 cookies per second, and that is one of my favorite numbers, so... Okay, now we're cooking with gas. I mean, we're not. We're cooking with grandmas. And farms. But still, my cookies bring all the boys to the yard. But the cookie farms release harmful chocolate into our rivers. Major city being renamed Toxicville after world-famous cookie manufacturer. Oh, those of you who don't know why I name myself Toxic in video games sometimes, back on campus, I work in a microbiology lab, and there is a big biohazard sign just outside of our fridge where, I once kept a sandwich, and then I proceeded to eat that sandwich. And I did so in front of a friend who told me that I had now become a biohazard myself. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool, I can live with that. And so I changed my icon on Discord to a biohazard symbol, and it has remained that way ever since. I am officially a biohazard. Actually, some of my friends call me Tox, short for toxic, and I really get a kick out of that too. Okay, I'm gonna get the steel-plated rolling pins for the grandmas, because then I will get an additional 40 cookies per second. Alright, steady tasty stream. There are so many references to other things in Cookie Clicker that I'm positive I don't get all the references. And that's okay, I'm good with that. Cookie Farm suspected of employing undeclared elderly workforce. I hope the developer knows how many people play this game and sit there and happily read all the news headlines. I guess I have a cookie problem, reveals celebrity. I can get 10 cursors if I wait for just about 5,000 cookies, so I'm gonna do that. 26 minutes in. At least this video should be easy to edit. Okay, I can get a mine. Mines out cookie dough and chocolate chips. You know the drill. Gives 47 cookies per second, okay. Very interesting thing about Cookie Clicker, it is one of the most heavily math-based games I've ever seen, and the only one, to my knowledge, made by a programmer who cannot count. Honestly, an indescribable feat of programming genius. Oh, by the way, if you guys aren't familiar with Cookie Clicker, then you probably won't be familiar with some of Orte's lesser-known works, Nested and Never-Ending Legacy, which are personally my favorites. Never-Ending Legacy does have some bugs because he hasn't worked on it in a while, but it's really, really good. It's super fun. I might do a separate video on those later. Nested is also really cool. Both of them you play in your browser, so you don't even have to download anything. They're both totally free. Strongly recommend checking it out. Your cookies now have their own website. Cookies found to make slugs more pragmatic. It's me, I'm the slug. Cookies are the secret behind my perfect skin, reveals celebrity. I think you can also probably tell just how much of my sense of humor I got from the game. So baked right now. But yeah, I love Cookie Clicker. I know I've said that like 1,000 times so far in this video, but I love Cookie Clicker. All you need to know is that the numbers go up. I mean, what more could you ask for? Nursing home to be named after Toxic, the world-famous cookie manufacturer. Ah, yes, that's how I'll get more grandmas. Oh yeah, there's an achievement for selling grandmas. It's called Just Wrong, but I don't want to get it yet because they put really creepy messages up there. What makes cookies taste so right? Probably all the they put in them, says anonymous tipper. But no, you get some seriously creepy messages involving the grandmas at a certain point in the game, and I'm putting that off for a little bit. Okay, factory time. Production chain. Okay, and after that I guess I'm going for 1,000 fingers. Oh, and the flavor text is really good too. Clickety. Sugar gas, a pink volatile gas found in the depths of some chocolate caves. Mega drill, you're in deep. Viral video, too many cookies could be a grim commentary on the impending crisis our world is about to face, says famous economist. Plain cookies, we all gotta start somewhere. Sturdier conveyor belts, you're going places. Sugar cookies, tasty, if a little unimaginative. No, the developer's favorite type of cookie, at least according to the game, is white chocolate macadamia. I learned how to make white chocolate macadamia cookies specifically because I learned they were his favorite. They're actually pretty good. I never used to like white chocolate until Cookie Clicker. I probably base too much of my life on this game. Okay, one more factory, and I'll have over 1,000 cookies per second, and then I might end the video. I don't think I'm gonna get NEVERCLICK in the span of one video. Okie dokie, gonna grab this factory. Cookie Monster, bake 1,000 cookies per second. Oh wait, cookie. You know, I might be able to get NEVERCLICK. Let me double check what the requirements are for it. Oh, what? I just got back from the bathroom to discover that I had gotten NEVERCLICK. Oh, it's not have 1 million cookies, it's make 1 million cookies. As in total. Okay. Huh. Well, I got it. Okay, I guess that's gonna do it for this video, so thank you everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you want to see more Cookie Clicker and or Dashnet content, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!